too. And I did come here to relax, but as soon as I record this video, I am going to do that and get some time for relaxation. And I did. And self-care this weekend. So let me go ahead and just get started. I wanted to share a little bit about an overview of how the luncheon went on Monday. That would be the Truth Tour 2 luncheon that was held in Dallas, Texas barbecue place. And then also I was able to attend the Lubbock event on Tuesday of this week. So I can just start out by, let me just go ahead and share my screen and just go through some of the photos. I normally do this on my phone, but I figured that would be mean because you really cannot see it very well on my phone. And this is not a great picture of me. Bruce looks great. But yeah, let me just go through these pictures and talk a little bit. I can give you an update on Kirsten W and also touch on Phil McConnell, and also Tarot did a read on which is better, national or American national. So I can show a couple of those clips here after we go through the photos. But yeah, this was a beautiful place. They had a little Ferris wheel there. It was a barbecue place in Dallas. So lots of fun. This is Bruce Poppy. Bruce has a show called Unpopular Viewpoint. He's a truther and he was on this whole tour from the start. I think maybe he was on Truth Tour 1 too, but he is a total patriot, this guy. This guy, you may recognize, this is Baby Trump. And this is his signature face. I wish I could remember the name of that movie. You guys can probably say it in the comments, but this where Ben Stiller was like a workout fanatic and he had this face. I think Ben Stiller workout fanatic movie guy stole his face from Chris Eric's, who is Baby Trump, because this is his signature face. Even back in the day, he was a Chippendales dancer. So yeah, Baby Trump, he is a Chippendales dancer, party hard guy turned preacher turned truther. And he's very inspiring, very intense. He's like very emotional. He's super cute. He had an awesome reaction to the people that were at our table because apparently he baptized some of the people that were at our table, like in a northern state. So it was like a really cool we're going to pictures. Okay. So this is back to Ferris wheelers.
Are we getting emotional? This must be special.
I saw Ava, Queen Midas, and she was one of my friends from YouTube. So I was super excited to see her there. And I stopped her in the parking lot. I was like, Ava! And I was like, it's Chelsea Collie. I was like, I'm so happy to see you. And so we got to share the luncheon together and sit at the same table and got to bond and get to know each other even better. And Ava is a beautiful amazing person. I highly recommend you add her channel. She is Queen Midas, like Life Alchemist. Queen Midas, MIDAS. And she is amazing. She talks a lot about divine feminine, and she's super intuitive. She reads cards. She's incredible. Where are we at here? Okay, yeah, so this was our table, and this is Amber and Jason. They were the ones that were actually like baptized by baby Trump. But they were super cool too, and they came to Lubbock too. So now me and Amber are friends. She's really awesome. And Jason Q here. Jason Q was probably one of the most personable guys, like no ego. I know it's hard to believe, but like he doesn't seem like he has an ego. He's just like super chill, but he has like this wealth of knowledge in his head, and he has this information retention that is just off of the charts. Like we've kept it in show. So, oh, this light just came on. Thank you. So at this luncheon, we all got there. This was outside. There's maybe like 12 or 14 tables. And what they did was they went ahead and had all of us sit at our tables, and then they had the truthers rotate. So every truther speaker, whatever you want to call them. So they had 7 minutes at every table. So I think we started with like baby Trump was our first one, and then we had Jason Q. And every 7 minutes, the timer would go off and they would rotate. And I take a picture, and then I take a selfie so that we could all have pictures with everybody. So yeah, that's my selfie. This is me and Ava and Jason. Mark Atwood was great, super honest, super open book. Yeah, really personable, really funny. He looks great, looks pretty healthy despite all the gas station food that he's been having to eat. This is Derek Johnson. It's not a great picture, but he was super funny, hilarious, really awesome guy, military guy. So he really knows his stuff. Derek Johnson. He is a singer, but he was on this whole tour too. And these are other table friends. Lori, is it Lori or Karen? I forgot her name at the moment, but she was really sweet, her and her husband. Okay. So that's with Derek Johnson. And this is familiar, but I hadn't who he was before the people that I met there, and we did keep in touch too. So hopefully we can get him on our channel as well. He spoke to me about Kirsten W, and he is under the impression that Kirsten W is deceased. And he explained that. I have a little clip for you to watch of him discussing that. So I will share that with you. Where did we go here? Okay, yeah. So that was Bruce Poppy. And if you want to follow him, he has Unpopular Viewpoint on Rumble, and he's really awesome. And like I said, I have a clip of him talking about Kirsten W that I will play. This is Denise Phillips. She is one of the event planners, rock stars. She said that she was functioning on 2 hours of sleep over the past 48 hours. when I talked to her at this luncheon on Monday. They had all just rolled into town, and they are such hard workers. So major shout out to her and Gina and Dina and Lisa and Sharon and the whole event team, which is just top notch. There's Miss Janine, and Janine was great. She's like super funny and super personable, and exactly, she seems like she's hilarious. She's really honest. She's an open book. Asked her several questions about me, everything about different things. So we actually got the chance to hang out a little bit after a lot of people left at this event, and had a really great conversation. And she's great. She totally wants to do an interview with us, and she wants to do an interview with me. So, and she offered that, which I was shocked. And like, I am in contact with her, and she's great. I don't think I believe all of the stuff that has been said about her. But those are just my feelings. She just seems totally of the light. All of these people, I mean, they're not making money doing this. Like, they're all doing this. They're all there to volunteer. There's a few employees that Lewis has. And like I said in the last video, a lot of the employees are donating their whole entire salary back to the cause. So they really don't have a lot to gain. I mean, they're not making a fortune. She came from Canada on her own dime because she wanted to be there. And she was going to be at the luncheon, and she was going to be at Lubbock, and decided, instead of flying back the next day, to, like I said, extend her trip and finish out the road trip with them, and go all the way to Arizona and all the way to Los Angeles to finish out the tour with them. So that's how much she loved everybody and was super impressed by the whole Truth Tour team. So yeah, she was super fun, and I got her a margarita, so she was happy. That's us. This is Carol Maureen Friesen, and I hadn't heard of her before either, but I fell in love with Carol. She has her own YouTube channel. It's Carol, Careen, Friesen, Friesen. And that is her YouTube channel. She has done like energetic work for decades. Like, even back in like the 90s, she was working with this man who I recently discovered and is amazing. His name is Drunvalo. He has taught people how to do energetic work. He's written books on the flower of life and how to activate your own Merkaba around you. And you could tell her Merkaba was activated. There was someone that was next to me that was like, oh, wow. Like, when she came next to me, my arms started tingling. I started feeling the electricity, and my skin started tingling when I was next to her. And I was like, that's because she has a Merkaba around her body. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, she has these energetic gifts, and she teaches people how to stand in their power and overcome challenges I don't know if she teaches people how to activate the Merkaba, but I know that she learned from the best doing that years and years ago. She's a beautiful woman. You can tell she's a lesbian. She was like, we got to work on this, touching my butt. And I was like, yeah, we do. We got to work on this midsection here. She's from Costa Rica. She has events in Costa Rica and says she has a vagina garden, the way it's shaped. So I would love to go to her vagina garden in Costa Rica, just saying. She's really awesome, really cool. Highly recommend checking her. Carol Maureen Friesen, and she also has a PDF on her website, which really teaches you how to activate the light within you. I'm not sure exactly what else, but it's a very, very good guide that she recommends to everybody. It's free on her website. You can get that at thelightworkersinstitute.com, thelightworkersinstitute.com, and you can go download that PDF. Just going to help you see what it's about. A coolest table ever. And there's Carol. This is my new friend Lori. Hey Lori. And baby Trump with his serious face. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, and this is Dina. Where did she go? Dina is beautiful, beautiful woman. She's one of the volunteers. I think she is dating Jason Q. Super pretty. Hi, Dina. If you see this, you're beautiful. I love you. And this is Lewis Herms, and he's great. He's awesome. They call him Uncle Lewis. You probably know who he is. But he is the leader of Truth Tour 2. He runs a tight ship. And he's really personable, but he's really like straight to the point. I like him a lot because he doesn't seem like to have a lot of ego. He seems open, he has something that is different from that opinion. I'm open to hearing it. Let's have this discussion. He's really like trying to learn, about what it is he wants or needs to know. He's done like documentary about deuterium in the water. That's where you may recognize him from. He's done a lot of really important work, and we're all really thankful to Lewis Herms. So thank you, Lewis. We love you. And this is the beautiful Jean, or the event team. So I know she's done a ton of work setting up the venues and setting up everything, organizing the speakers, and probably handling social media and all, who knows what else. But Gina is a rock star, just like Denise and everybody else. Yeah, that's Gina. There's Janine. She was super friendly. Everybody loves her. I knew she was going to love my necklace, my Flower of Life necklace, and she did. She said, "Oh, I love that." And I was like, I knew you were going to touch it. I just knew what was going to happen. And she also loved my ring too. And I told her about this and how I spread my mom's ashes in Santorini, and got this ring in Santorini when I went back on my honeymoon with my husband. And I think she has some Greek heritage. So I would not be surprised if we have some kind of past life history relating to Greece. This is Mark Atwood. He was super friendly, super awesome. I won't mention names, but I did ask if he has contact with someone that I watch, and he said basically that person was telling him who to follow and who not to follow. And that's why they don't talk anymore. So that's sad to hear. But he was super honest, super upfront. Yeah, this is Denise and Gina. This is my new friend, Ruben. He's from San Antonio. Jason Q. This is Jennifer and Derek. And yeah, this is Baby Trump. Baby Trump's name is Chris Eriks. And he really made an introduction. He sure did. Let's see if I can find it. We're going to have to find it as we go along. But yeah, you should see how this guy makes an entrance. He used to be a Chimpernels dancer, and that's how he came in. So if that tells you anything. There's Carol again. She's amazing. Jason. There's my Amber and Jason friends. This is Amy Seaver. She's another truther, and I consider her a friend. She's a beautiful person. She lives in Dallas, and she has a channel called The Sealed Book. So I highly recommend checking out her channel if you're not already subscribed. She does have a channel called The Sealed Book on YouTube, and if you click on that, it'll go to her Rumble. That's where all her uncensored stuff is. She does every weekday, she does news and Bible. So every Monday through Friday, she does an episode, and it's really good. She's really great. I really love her a lot. And I have been to one of her events, and she's great. I love her. This is Stephen Tenner. They call him Scooby. Maybe that's because it's his bus and it's a mystery machine. Maybe that's why they call him Scooby, or maybe really go down about things that he had to sacrifice in his life to be there, and also what they've went through, on this tour. I get the impression that he was probably there for Truth Tour 1 as well. I'm not sure, maybe just Truth Tour 2, but he was super personable. And I found out that he actually, he's an actor. He's a really good actor too. I can show you his Rumble channel. This was the room in Lubbock. That's Carol up there. There's Janine up there. This is Bruce, Poppy, and Lewis. Miss Janine. And Mr. Photobomber, Mark Atwood. This is Katie Rain. Katie Rain was one of the speakers, and she is incredible. I recently fell in love with Katie Rain. She's easy to fall in love with. She's very young, but very wise, very spiritually high up. She's a super old soul. And she was a pilot, and she's like, why are they doing this with this archaic technology? And she was able to access some of her past lifetimes, and she is actually a galactic pilot, and it is her life's mission to be able to resurrect a plasma ship. And her message was incredible. So she may be a little far out there for some people, but for me, she's just right. I love her. She was talking about how we have 9 senses, and I'd love to talk to her more about that. And we will get an interview with her. She's all about it. She's ready to build her YouTube channel as soon as this event is over in Los Angeles. And she has a lot more information to bring us. She does a lot of work with Huna Flash and some of the other Hunas and some of the other, like she works closely with some indigenous tribe members. Like she even went to stay with them, and that's when her spirituality really went up. But she's really incredible. And if you don't know who she is, just search her YouTube. It's Katie Rain, and it's Raine. I told her we were like soul sisters because I'm Chelsea Lane and she's Katie Rain, and it's both spelled Laine and Raine. Jason Q again. He is such a light. And Baby Trump is so silly. There's me and Amy and Baby Trump and Derek Johnson and Jason Q. And I cannot remember his name. Cannot remember his name right now, but he was super nice too. Okay, so these are all the Canadians on the tour. Brad Wozni was also one of the speakers. If you don't know Brad Wozni, you may recognize him. He has his own show. It's called the Sovereign Soul Show on Rumble. Now, Brad Wozni, okay, so talking about censor, SHIP, I'm going to say censor boat for obvious reasons, okay? So Brad Wozni got censor boated. He put out a video about Save the Children, and it was a poem that he wrote about saving the children with his voice. And maybe there were a couple pictures. I don't know if there were any pictures. He got his whole YouTube channel taken down for a video about saving the kids. And his whole Instagram got taken down, and Spotify deleted his whole account just from posting that just for sharing about saving children. They censor boated him from 3 different platforms within 8 days just for sharing that video. Just for sharing that. That's how ridiculous. If you guys are on Facebook, you can join the group Truth Tour 2022. That's a group on Facebook. But I also just saw that they deleted the whole Truth Tour TikTok account because it was getting a lot of activity. And that just happened today. They deleted the whole account. So I don't know what they're so scared of. I mean, I think this Truth Tour is very powerful, and it's scaring a lot of people because the censor boat is off the charts. So Salini Love just got her whole channel deleted too, I think a couple days ago off YouTube. So I'll try to be very careful and walk the fine line. I think that's it. Oh yeah, so these are all the speakers and as well as the volunteer team or the crew. Yeah, so this is Brad and Lewis and his wife Araceli in the front with Mark Atwood and Super Tall Derek and Janine, Kieran is his name. Yeah, there's Bruce Poppy. I think this guy on the top right, I think that might be Mark Atwood's son. Maybe. I could be wrong about that. There's Carol. Yeah, some of the other volunteers. There's Denise. There's Dina. This is in Arizona. So I think that's all of the videos. Okay, so this is Bruce Poppy talking about Kirsten. And I couldn't get it to download on my computer, so I'll just have to play it like this. They were friends, him and Kirsten W. And he was very sad. He was definitely under the impression that she was gone, or under the belief that she is passed. And so I'll share what he shared with us at our table. And this was at the luncheon.
Hard man, she took me right on from me, mentored me, helped me. Did she really die? Yeah, she was. I was hoping
She really did?
Yeah.
I was hoping that
we were in Tampa, Jaco, Mike and Tracy Jaco were there. They had her cremated remains there at the event. Yeah, and she called me so everybody found out publicly that she, January 6th, right? Scott, Nino, and Jaco were doing that round table, and Scott got the call.
Right, yeah.
So that morning, it was 9:21 a.m. I'll never forget it. I was having coffee with a friend of mine. We were talking about the J6 stuff, because with that day, that's another thing that really gets my goat, gets me pissed off, that there's nobody screaming from the rooftops about these people.
Thank you so much.
So my phone rang. It was her number. I'd been trying to reach her for days. Didn't hear nothing. So I said, "Hey, I'm so glad you called. Are you okay?" There was silence for a second, and then some muffled rustling, like a pocket dial or butt dial type of thing. I listened super close for voices, anything. If you can hear me, just press a button on the phone. So it meant that I hung up. I didn't, But after that evening, when that came out, a few times, I just want to get out of this place. Can you get me out of here? She actually did get out of the hospital on Tuesday the 4th. Her friend Courtney somehow finagled her to get out of the hospital, got her in a car, didn't even make it out of the parking lot. Her that blood oxygen saturation was like 40%. So she was like passing out, eyes rolling back of her head. Had to crack and carry her back in. And it was after, that was probably when they did the remdesivir stuff on her. Because it was 2 days later that she was gone. And she told me she was very open and honest about everything. She was tired. She was fed up. She was waiting for, as soon as Trump came back, she was done to hang up the podcasting stuff. She was going to go back to Singapore and visit her dad.
Because he was sick.
Yes, and he died a few days before she did.
Right.
So that's a whole real synchronicity type of weird thing. But yeah, she.
How do you know she wasn't just taken into protection? Like, how do you know she's really dead?
In intuition and the stories of the people that I talked to, Patrick, she would have never gone to the hospital herself. She was with a lawyer friend of hers. Stories that he told, because he found her unresponsive Thursday the 30th. She would never gone to the hospital by herself, so he had her, call the 911 or whatever. And then the story from her friend Courtney. And then afterwards, knowing that she didn't have any other family, to claim the body, and with what Scott, did, came in a little hard, and the threats. FBI was involved at the hospital in Camarillo, which is not far from Lewis's house, actually. So they moved her body to an undisclosed location, a mortuary somewhere, sat there for like 6 weeks. Nobody claimed. Then because they're neighbors and great friends, Tracy and Michael ended up with her remains. They cremated her.
So her family still never came to claim her body?
Yeah, she didn't have any. It was just, she didn't have any siblings that I was aware of. Just, great friends. And with her dad, passed away over here in Singapore.
Yeah, so I talked to several people, and they all believe she's. I talked to like Louis Herm's wife, Araceli. She says, yeah, like Tracy Jaco had the ashes. And that was one thing that I wanted to come back on too, because I did post that like 40-second clip of Tracy Jo Jaco saying, yeah, I got my friend Kirsten back there. Well, she had Kirsten W's remains. So she had these ashes. And so after a lot of the people left on Monday on the luncheon, like I was sitting there with a few people, that Janine was there, Mark Atwood was there, and a few other people, and talking to Janine privately about Kirsten W. And I had heard that because there was a lot of people that wanted her to read to see if Kirsten W was alive or not. And she's like, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And I was like, did you really say that? And she was like, yeah, I did say that. I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but her feelings were that it seems like there's a story and there's a white hat narrative that she's gone, and it seems like she's not gone. And Janine thinks she's alive, for what it's worth. And I was like, well, wait, I mean, but Tracy Jacobs got those ashes, and they're memorializing her, and she's taking the ashes around, and turns out, and she's like, nope, she's alive. So for what it's worth, I don't want to disrespect Kirsten W or her legacy, if she's here or not. And I don't want to spread misinformation or spread confusion. But there are people who knew her very well that think she's gone. And there are other people that just think it's very suspicious the way it happened, and that it's people that think that she could be alive. So I'm sorry, that's not really an answer for you, but the jury's still out when it comes to Kirsten W. And there was one thing that when the speakers went around, when Janine went around to the different tables, she allowed each table to ask a question. And so I will show you the question that was asked at our table, which is a really good question. So right now, there is David Straight did the series like Straight Outta Babylon, and David Straight is teaching people how to become state national. And there have people that have since attacked David Straight and saying that he's not legit, or he's just trying to make money or whatever, which I don't know if that's true or not. But apparently this girl, Lena, which I haven't even seen the video, but apparently Lena went on Mark Atwood's show, and she was sharing, actually, what you want to do is become an American national, not a state national. And laid out reasons, brought up this question because they want to know, which is it? Like, is it state national or American national? Which is better? So I'll just play this clip. It's her asking the question, and then Janine is going to lay out the cards and answer the question.
So here's, I don't know if you've heard about the trend that's going on in the States about becoming a state national. Well, there was a woman, I don't know if you met her, Lena. She's talking about American national. She said, don't do state national, it's a trap. You want to be an American national. Okay. So just American national versus state national.
Okay. Well, it's good I know nothing about that. Okay. So this will be a pure see what the card says. So this side will be American National. We're going to see how good the cards are here.
Okay.
And this side will be the State National. See if that's good or bad.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What was the first one? American National. That's a yes.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the solid.
Yeah.
State National. Somebody gets rich. Somebody gets rich on the State National.
Oh.
So the American National is good. Somebody particularly gets rich. Everybody gets rich here. This is better.
That's
Does that
the Ace
make
of
sense?
Pentacles.
I've been trying to learn how to read by watching you.
Yeah.
might have told me that day.
So the lady spoke truth.
Wow.
It has to be legally changed. Is that true? I guess it would be, wouldn't it? There's going to be a lot of people against it. Just give them time. That's a temporary hiccup. So there's temporary hiccup. So to shift over, there'll be a lot of temporary hiccups. It'll be better for everyone financially, and in particular, somebody gains this way. So this is more about just some people, like it's been forever, and this is more about everybody. So if that makes any sense.
American National is for everybody. State National is
Looks
just
more particularly focused on a group or particular. Well, it's not coming up the devil though. So just really rich people, because they're not all cabal, by the way, but a lot of them are. But not all of them.
Okay.
Right? Some of them don't even know anything about it. So soft yes on this, but with caveats like you'll have to really plan it. Like you'll have to really ensure the rights of everybody kind of thing. Whereas this, I feel in time, will be shown to be where it's limiting for everybody. So they wrote in some limiting things here. Whereas this one has more ability for everybody. So that sounds like this one, but I wouldn't call it literally demonic.
So there you go. It looks like there are some benefits to State National as far as the card said. But it looks like it benefits a few people. And then there are national benefits. If you have a choice, one or the other cards, American National is the way. So I think that's it. I mean, I talked to the guy Stephen Tenner, and he is going to do an interview with us, and he is in contact with Phil McConnell. Now, I thought Phil McConnell was still in jail, but he's not. He's out. He's okay. He's doing okay. Apparently, he was engaged and his lady ran out on him. So sad to hear that for Phil McConnell, but I hope he's doing okay and doing better. And I'm so glad that he's not in jail anymore. I thought he was still in jail. Now, if you don't know Phil McConnell, he's been telling the truth for a long, long time. Like, he came out a long time ago and was talking about the truth about 9/11, among other things. And yeah, so Stephen Tenner, the guy that's going to come on our channel, I'll just pull up his Rumble because you can check it out. Here's a little video from Phil McConnell.
My name is Phil McConnell, and I approve of the mystery machine.
Phil, do you think that we can cure sheepnesia?
We can work very hard. We are making progress. Ultimately, God and Trump and JFK Jr. will cure sheepnesia. If God needs any more people to help 107 and I volunteer. And we'll be fighting to get to be the first one in line when we're going to engage the evil doers with a banner of Jesus walking out ahead of us.
Amen. We will cure sheepnesia. Jesus and justice are coming. I told you so. Hold on. Hold on. He's coming. Thank you, sir. You're the man.
No, I'm just a bit player.
Yeah, so that's Tenor Talk. This is Steven Tenor, and he's an actor too. So he has some stuff posted on here if you guys want to add his channel. It's called Tenor Talk, but check him out. He's like a really good actor. He's really talented. So these are just great people. They're volunteering their time. They're volunteering their money.
Wherever she is. Whoever she is. Whoever she works for.
So yeah,
those are my priorities. It's not like there's
doesn't look like they're powerful. And so yeah, I would encourage you to support the Truth Tour however you can. And if you do want to donate, really? I don't know what's happening. Oh my God. There's nothing to close, so. I'm just gonna have to end it here. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, that was funny. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it was really great. The whole thing was really great. And Baby Trump was really inspiring. Maybe I'll leave you with that because you just cannot miss the way this guy makes an entrance, okay? I mean, it's just so unique. And I didn't know that he was really a Chippendales dancer, but he really was. So this is how Baby Trump comes on stage, and then we'll end it after that. Yeah, so he is quite entertaining. He's really funny. And then that happened, like I was talking to he also shared, and apparently Uncle 107 sent someone a message to get their location to see exactly where they were and said that keep your eye out, something's going to happen in 1 hour. And so they didn't know what was going to happen, right? they didn't know if like 107 was going to come drive by and come run up and say hi or what. But apparently like Brad Wozni was on stage. This is Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado. And the whole like building lit up and like started shaking, and there were these huge like F-16 like fighter jets overhead. I mean, they said they were literally like 150 to 200 feet up. They were not very high. They were very low to the ground. And Brad's like, okay, and then another one came, and he's like, okay, let me just stop my speech. Let's all go outside, because apparently they want to say hi. So they stopped the whole, he stopped his speech, and everybody went outside, and they had like 5 or 6 fighter jets, like Blue Angels, coming through. This is a residential area, and you have to have like special permits to fly that low. It just doesn't happen. Apparently, like part of the airport was shut off, was, you know, stopped for a period of time. There was another kind of some other kind of fighter jet. I don't know what the other kind of flying thing was, but there were a bunch of F-16s, and then there were like Black Hawk helicopters for the rest of the day. And they said that the helicopters were like circling around and like waving their little waves, and everybody's waving at them. And so that was a sign to all of them that like the White Hats are in support of what they're doing. Otherwise that wouldn't have happened. And what are the odds that 107 says, okay, in 1 hour, look out, something's going to happen. And then that happened. So apparently there are people in the room that day that were like, I didn't believe it before, but I believe it now, because that just, you can't just pull that off. No one can just pull that off. So there's been different ways apparently that they've signaled to the Truth Tour team and different people that are involved that they are in support of what they're doing. So I hope that gives you some, I hope that makes you feel better, you know, to know that, you know, there are people working really hard behind the scenes, and even, you know, people high up military wise that are showing their support in a show in air show. Pretty much they did an air show in prom. There's still other things, but you would just have to watch and go through and look and see what everybody said. I highly recommend you check out Katie Rain, because she is just the bomb. I mean, she is just incredible. I love her. So I hope this gives you some encouragement and gives you an idea of what it was like to be there. I know so many of you want to be there, but you weren't able because, you know, because of traveling and because of life right now. And I'm, you know, I hope you enjoy this video, you know, to understand kind of what it was like to be there. And I wish I could have gone this weekend to Los Angeles, because then I would be able to see everybody tomorrow and Sunday, and I would have been able to like meet 107 and you know, would have been able to meet Kristen and Jason from Arcana Shores, which I really wanted to, but I just needed to take this time for me, and I hope you understand, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm gonna go to bed now, so night night. And for all my Australia viewers, good morning. And much love to everybody. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know what struggles you're having right now, or if this was encouraging to you in some way, or your favorite part of this video. Let's get the comments going. And I read every one of them. So much love to everybody, and we'll talk to you guys later. Remember, you can always like my Rumble and add me on Rumble just in case something happens here on YouTube. And also you can connect with me on all of my social media and get your copy of my book, Be a Life Breather, Transform Your Vision into Reality. It's a really great book, and it's $19.99, but something's going on and Amazon has it at $7. So $7, it's a really great price. And it's going to help accelerate all of your dreams to you. It's a workbook. So you can check all of that out and connect with me on all of my social media at chelseacollie360.com. Thanks, guys.